Hi, everyone. This is Michael Silvers, Executive Vice President Global Training for POWERTEAM. We're going to go live. We are live. We're going to start just in about 5 minutes. Hi, everyone. This is Michael Silvers with POWERTEAM. If you want to say hello, you can just go ahead and use your, obviously, comments, and I'll see most of them coming up. We actually have another big call going on right now over on Zoom. So I've jumped off that one, come on this, and then we go back onto that. We also have our Success Summit coming up. So if anybody would like to, I'll put the banner up for that. That will be on Thursday. Let me just put the banner up. There we go. So again, if you want to go to Success Summit 360, I can show you just quickly. Let me see if I can pull it up. So we're going to have Success Summit 360. I'll share my screen really quick. Yes. Just one second. There we go. Just wanted to show you that. That's going to be on this Thursday, and I'll put the tag for that on there so you can all see it. There you go. And that call will be Thursday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to 6 p.m. We'll have Mr. Bill Walsh, our CEO, venture capitalist, Kevin Harrington from Shark Tank, and Bonin Bob. He's brilliant. Oh, he's got the best stories on the planet. That will just be great. All right, fantastic. And you all can see that on there. So that's fantastic. That will be this Thursday. And we're getting ready to go here. We'll get started again just in about 1 minute, and then I'll pull that down. All right, we're just about to start here. Just doing some last minute things. You can see our upcoming event, which will be on Thursday, and I've put down there how you can register for it. All right, here we go, everyone. So again, my name is Michael Silvers. I am Executive Vice President for Global Training for Power Team International. Very excited to have all of you on here. And, it really is about creating a difference. Any comments would be fantastic. Any questions, I'll watch the feed. I know this is being streamed too, and some of you can't. I completely understand. What we're going to train on today, and we'll probably go the next 35, 40 minutes. If there's any questions, I'll take them at that point. But really, what we're taking a look at is really those daily habits, things you can get done. I'll tell you a little bit about my background and then go from there, and a little bit about Power Team too. We also have a summit coming up on Thursday, and I'll just show you again what that is. So make sure that you register for that. I'll go this way. There we go. Make sure that you register for that. It'll be a powerful 6 hours. We have powerful speakers. It's content rich, content. And again, I've put the link of how to register for successsummit360.com down below. I'll put that up in a little bit too, again, as we get going. So I'll just pull that down right now and just bounce back over to here. Also, when you use something, if anything I say resonates with you, or you want any further contact or information regarding our programs, you can just go ahead and text success to 26786. Text success to 2786. I will put that back up a little bit later too. I'm not going to use slides today. This is interactive. This is me with you, but I'll tell you again a little bit about my background, Power Team, and then we'll dive into content. So my name is Michael Silvers, as you can see at the bottom there. Somebody once said, "Did you do that so you forget your name?" I've been on stages for about the last 15 years. Built a business with my wife over 20 years ago. We've been entrepreneurs and working from home ever since, which has been really awesome. Worked with some of the best around the planet, which is a great thing because it really became our mentors. One thing I'll say right away, so everybody write this down, is for success, you want to make sure that you have 3 coaches, 2 mentors, and a mastermind. The biggest part about that is just know the coaches, you want one coach who just keeps you on track. I'll use a clinical term, kicks you behind. One coach that keeps you on track, one coach that sort of knows your business, but maybe it's not where you want to be yet, but really can help sort of drive you in the direction you want to go. One coach is about your health, maybe your spirit, your mindset. The mentors are typically where you want to be already, and it might not be a mentor that is in your business, but it's somebody who's maybe you like their lifestyle or what they've done with their life or whatever relationships, whatever that is. And then one mentor is directly related to your business side. And again, it's typically somebody who's anywhere from 3 to 5 years out from where you perceive yourself to be at the moment. The mastermind is a critical piece because that's a group of individuals that get together to create something out of nothing. So there we go. We started right in, okay, which is a great thing. So I've jumped right in. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself, and also we're watching feeds because we have several other events going on. I've been on stage again. My wife and I started business 20 years ago. We started to do a lot of travel to Australia. We've been on stages ever since. Been on stages from anywhere from 4 people. The largest I've ever been on is 8,000 people. I've worked with the teams that put on Tony Robbins around the world, and that was an awesome experience. Worked with T. Harv Eker and traveled with him for years on the road internationally. He wrote the book, The Secret of the Millionaire Mind. And our CEO, Bill Walsh, we've been putting on stages for over 8 years. And I knew Bill because he was really changing the lives of, making a difference in thousands of our students. So almost a year ago, I jumped over to Power Team. It was time to transition, which is always a good thing, and really use my skills in building some of the largest world's masterminds. And really taking that experience in education, taking all the coaching I had ever done, divisions with 10,000 students, teaching thousands of coaches, and running those divisions all around the planet, and just bringing it into one powerhouse, a group at Power Team who already is probably the 5th largest company in the whole industry and growing fast and strong. Created Rainmaker many years ago in 2005. That's Power Team's 2.5 business day summit. It's the great thing is that I took it too, because I believe whatever we sent our students to, you need to do. So I took that about 3.5 years ago, was creating a podcast company, and now have a very successful podcast company. Just launched another 12 podcasts. Because it taught me there's those, as many business courses as you take and everything that you take, there's those couple little things you want to tweak. I've also written courses for most of the speakers and trainers out there. I have an entertainment division. and always looking for more. So if you got a great podcast or something we need to know here at Power Team, let us know. Um, for more information, obviously, or reach out to me and to be able to get uh, sort of a contact. I'm happy to call you because it's a little bit busy, right? Our last live stream at 2,000 people, but always happy to be there. I would just send you my schedule. You just book a 15-minute appointment. I'll see what's up. If you fit somewhere for us, if we fit for you, and then I'm always happy to answer a couple business questions. So always happy to do that. That's always the greatest thing as we do that. And to do that very simply, I'll just put the banner up again and I'll put it up towards the end. It's test success to 26786. And what I'll do is I will text you. I will text you back actually, and just send you my calendar. It's up to you to set an appointment. I won't chase you. There's too much going on right now. If you really look at the healing that's going on in the world, we're healing. Stay at home, okay? Stay at home. Do what you need to do to stay at home. Really don't, you never want to become part of the, as we say, the problem. It really makes a difference as we're not part of the problem. And again, take care of yourself, take care of your family. Do what you need to do. Obviously, that makes a big difference. But the online industry has obviously gone through the roof. Everybody knows Zoom is probably one of the biggest companies now because of it. And as you're building your own business, you want to make sure that your business has a funnel. Now, a bunch of you just got on, I know. If you have any comments, you can comment, and I'll see most of the comments coming through. If you have any questions, it's a great way. If you just want to say hi, it's another great way. But as we do this and we stream out every Thursday again, we have really we're putting more speakers and trainers on. I think we just set like 37 events. It's good. It's being one of the largest in the industry and with also the online presence. We just did a little bit of a shift, and that's what you have to look for your business is how can I do a little bit of a shift. Or if I'm to the point of my business or I want to create a business or start a business, I'm at home, I got nothing else to do because I got laid off. Take a look at what is that for you and really how do you create what's called the residual income? Write that word down because we're going to talk about that. How do you create a residual income? So again, at Power Team started this Rainmaker Summit. You can see over my shoulder there. And that's a 2.5-day business course. And that's phenomenal because what that is that really let me launch. And after, so many years in business, it created a place that I could land my own business, but get to know the things that I had not known before. And so, Bill brought that in 2005. By 2007, really started the joint venture fund to really look at the businesses that needed a hand and really become part of that movement. By 2008, created Win Global Mastermind, which was a mastermind that our students could come to and really be part of a larger group. Think of a think tank. And the biggest part about that think tank is a group of individuals working together to create something out of nothing. And that was wonderful. Created speaker camps 2010, look at what the best speakers are in the world, and then became part of a small business summit, which brought us in front of 135,000 people a year, became the main sponsor of that. And that went on up until last year. And now we've launched our own events called Inspiration 2020s, which will be back, obviously, right? So those events are not happening. We had every city planned, and so we've moved it virtually everything online. We actually just had the summit last week for 12 hours. But look at your own business. Think of yourself. How am I moving differently at this point? How am I identifying what it is that I need to do? So, and we're going to go low tech. I believe we're going to go low tech today because I got to tell you, a lot of you out there, I understand, this is new. You can't even order a webcam right now. A lot of them are sold out. So, and somebody I know just tried to order a green screen and couldn't do that. But go low tech. See low tech, everybody? Remember what this is, all right? So what I want everybody to do is draw a funnel. 2 lines, 1 line, and I can do this like I'm going backwards, but 1 line that way and 1 line that way. So this is your funnel. And we're going to talk about that. And I'll take business questions if anybody wants to type any in. That's fantastic. So you again, and by the way, when you have a camera so my camera is because the light's coming off here. If I do it like this, do you see the difference? So again, if you're talking, this is darker. This is going to be lighter. Now I'm left-handed, so I'm going to come over here more often. I ask your permission. But as you draw this, the critical piece about it is where is your business right now? So what you're going to want to do, and I want you to take a minute to do this. And again, you can write this on a piece of paper. If you're driving, don't do this. We rebroadcast the streams. Is you want to take a look at what enters your business. So as an entrepreneur, right? you took a look at where we created businesses back in 2005, creating a 2.5-day business summit, going from wanting to sell 200 packages to over 3,000. Why? Because of joint venture partners. So write that down, because your joint venture partners are going to sit somewhere up here. Okay, that's your joint venture partners. And so what happened is allowed us to take our message into a much bigger realm. We, connected with new things were going online. So how about a small business partner named GoDaddy? And then really wanted to bring forward the mission, the vision, the method, and all of that. So Franklin Covey. So those are two great partners that Bill, worked with right away. And then the Learning Addicts. And back then, all those shows were 10 to 15,000 people in a room around the world, and took Rainmaker absolutely around the world within a short period of time. But that's because of that joint venture. And that's because, again, you don't have to do this alone. And it might not be a joint venture in the beginning. It might be just a team. So again, where's your team sit? So your team, again, now remember, it's your team sits, okay? So your team is up here. This is all part of your business here, okay? And what happens is this down here, see that? That's a path. Everybody say the word path. And so what you want to do is you want to create a path for your business. So think of, again, and then I'm going to put this down for a second. And these are, how do people flow into your business? Is it business to business? Is it other people, right? That makes a big difference. And what are you doing to create them to move into that path? And by the way, it never ends, okay? So as an example, let's say this was coaching, right? So in that first box, what you want to do is you want to create a business that there's some kind of contact. But how do you get people to flow into your business? How do you really make those leads rain? The biggest thing is, in the simplest way, is to find joint ventures. So you take someone like PowerTeam. We get lead flow 5 to 10,000 leads per month, plus all the other marketing we do. And so that's a good partnership. So you look at a partner like that and you figure out how you can work with them. And trust me, everybody sends us daily. I get barraged on LinkedIn. What can we do for you? Can we work with you? And I say that's a great way to start. But here's what I do. Write this down. How can I be of service? So we're always trying to sell our products and our services and who we are. But have you ever thought of shifting it a little bit and turning around saying, how can I be of service? And if you can be of service and make an impact in our business, do you think we would never forget you? We would never forget you. When I started in this industry, I did a lot of volunteering. I did a lot of how can I be of service? What is it that I can do to be of service? So if you know that we have 100 events a year that are live, this month alone, we've got, I won't even do the math, but I'll do a quick math, okay, because that's a good thing. If you take a look at this month alone, it's close to 30 events online. So that's a good partnership. Does that make sense? You also take a look at what's going on right now, podcasting. You want to really relate to people who are podcasting. They're getting it done. It's online. They're making communication. They're driving more leads. Again, how are you driving people to your funnel? How do you bring them in? And those partnerships are great because what you do is you start with, you know what? My name is Michael Silvers, and I love what your organization do. Know what their organization does. Don't say you do if you don't, because I'll ask you the first question. So what is it that we do? Okay, so we globally train people around the world to be more successful entrepreneurs. Know something about them. Read it on LinkedIn, follow them, look at their page. You can go to iPowerTeam.com, take a look at what we do. And at that point, you realize that our associations could be your associations, but don't come in. What happens a lot on LinkedIn is people will come in and say, oh, so glad you linked with me, and here's all my services that I do. And if I have time, I will write back saying, if you're trying to sell me something, I'm not interested. Because I'm just doing that stuff, right? If you're really there to be of service or to help me in any way, I'd love to find out how you can. And so, again, if they're really good business people, what they'll say is, you know what? You're right. You're absolutely right. I'd love to have a 15-minute call with you and see how I can be of service. Right? Not going to charge you anything, not going to sell you anything. And you build relationships. So what I've always done is found out what is it that they need. Write that down. What is it that they need to be successful? So, take a look at this. Take a look at what we have going on Thursday, just as an example. So if you take a look Thursday at the seminar, and, for those of you, again, who want to sign up, you should sign up for it. I'll put that up right now while I'm chatting. And am I shamelessly promoting it? Yeah, because it's a lot of fun. But you just go to www.successsummit360.com. So As if you look at here, okay, all right, so they're going to have Karen Harrington. And Kevin Harrington is obviously an entrepreneur, has been one of the original Shark Tank members. He was part of he is Home Shopping Network. Ran some of the biggest campaigns on the planet. He's got a lot of businesses. He's done stuff with Gary Vee. Bill Walsh has basically worked with everybody on the planet and helped most speakers become incredibly successful. Has many businesses and knows how to create income and residual income. I see something like that. Here's my first thought. First of all, I'm going to listen to their message. So I'm going to get on the summit. We're always on summits. We're always listening. I listen to we listen to podcasts. You bring that into your life. Then as you take a look at this, you have to think of it a little differently, okay? You have to think of it. I'm going to just switch the screens, okay? You have to think of it this way. All right. So it might not be someone like, it might be not Kevin Harrington, but it might be something like him. What did I just learn that I could help with this funnel to put in here? And this might be your customer service. Oh, he said customer service is amazing, right? So this might be customer service right here. This might be the first people who contact. This might be the first email they get. Thank you so much for contacting us. Can we help you in any way? Set up a phone call. Don't try to sell them at that moment. You can do it at the end of the phone call. You can enroll them, and if it's something they want. But again, how you can help them. Give them at least 5 things they can do to make a difference, okay? Because it's truly about that execution that makes all the difference, right? So if you want to educate, you want to be the execution, you want to do what it takes to get them going. What makes a difference is how they enter this, okay? Because this might be a price point, a bigger price point, and a bigger price point. And if you look at the first level, if you're a coach, for anybody or coach or anybody out there, for anybody who's a coach out there, the greatest thing that you can do is help others. So they come in and you're coaching them one-to-one. It could be on business, it could be on life, it could be health, it could be whatever it is, right? It could be on digital, it could be on social media, and it's one-to-one. So you're making, let's say you're charging $250, $300 an hour, just an example. Maybe I'm charging $50, doesn't matter. But if you're charging $250 an hour, you're making $250 an hour, and it's an hour of your time. So if you move your business then for the ones that in the beginning, so let's say you coach 30, 40, but then you start moving them into the mentoring. The mentoring is a group. So you start saying, well, I'm the expert or I'm the authority, right? And I'm educating you and we're really taking a look at what you need to do. At that point, you start to then say, all right, so I'm going to take 10 of you into my private group to mentor you. And that 10 pay $50. So now actually they're paying 1/5, but you now have 10 people in an hour and that's $500. So you've doubled what you just made. Everybody got this? But you now have a raving bunch of fans. And then those raving fans are like, this is amazing. I cannot believe we're doing this together. You show them a little bit what a mastermind is like. And then down the road, you move 4 of them into a mastermind that's $2,500. And it's a 1-year program, whatever that is. Maybe it's 10 grand. The masterminds that I built and sold were always 25 grand plus. So, but you can do that and you can create that. Remember, it's a flow. We're going back to my incredibly fancy. It's a flow. It goes from here to here and it continues on. This might be your one day with you. And that might be a one day for 50 grand. And for some of you who've never made more than 20, 30, 40 an hour, it's all doable. You just have to be with the right people to make it happen. And that's where mentoring comes in. So Bill and I, Bill, our CEO, really, we sat down 2 weeks ago. We saw the hotel we were in. We were doing an event in Miami. And so occupancy go from, I don't even know, it's 90% down to like 18% in a couple hours. We kept checking with the front desk. So we said, well, we need, obviously, they're going to be canceling all of our events. We just moved them. We don't cancel an event. You move an event. Just like my Eagles concert with my wife for her birthday, they have moved the concert. We really created the Success Summit, the 12-hour one we did last week. And we had Mark Victor Hansen and Sharon Lechter and James Bentley and big players on there. We created that literally within an hour. I got back, I opened up the room, I came back. Bill had all the marketing and everything done already. And, we streamed over 2,000 people. So, and that was put together within a very short period of time because we decided just to make the decision. So as you move people down that funnel, you have to make the decision for your business. And that's what happens is people get stuck. So again, how can I be of service? And why do you think the speakers just jumped on with almost no notice to help Bill? Because in some way he's helped them in the past. or he's been there for them, or really again, and whoever he calls or whoever I call, pretty much just say yes, because they know we would do anything for them, and that's really critical. So you jump on these calls, you truly jump on all the calls, and you make a difference. So everybody, again, what I'd like you to do right now, okay, is again, I'm going to put it up, write out your funnel. And if you don't have a piece of paper, a lot of people just have computers. Just imagine it. It'd be better if you could grab a pen, a pencil, something like that. Take a piece of paper. Your business is up here. This is the flow of the clients, right? Where are the clients? Who's your team? And who's your joint venture partners? And start writing that out. Now, when it comes to a team, you got to look at like-minded people. So again, it depends on how much you want to make and how much that works. But your team, basically, the critical part about having a team is you have to know your vision. If your vision is not clear, which is that's Power Team, we do that well. And at Rainmaker Summit is where I got clarity on my vision for the podcasting company. It's interesting that even with all my business and education and information knowledge, just means I'm older and I'm a grandpa. But it was until I locked in that vision of where we wanted to take it, all of a sudden I locked in a vision of what could be. And within a couple of months, I met a very large entertainment attorney. And it's because I was talking about my vision to people. And there was a connection. We made a connection. So all of a sudden, I've got a business partner who's one of the top digital firms in Beverly Hills. And because there was a path, we were driving down the same path. We talked about kids and did other stuff. But the difference is that I knew where I was going. So if you have this map of your business, know where you're going. Know where you're going with it. What are you creating with it? Again, do you want to create a platform that nobody's done before? And right now in the digital world, this is hot. It's going to be hot forever. The world has changed. And there'll be events forever. We'll continue doing more events than almost everybody else, but we'll also have a very large presence online. And we're always going to be there to serve. We're always going to create more content than push any sales. And we're enrolling the whole time. I mean, I've enrolled you several times. Write that down. I've enrolled you. Join our team. How do you join our team? Take Rainmaker. Become part of our masterminds. Lead one of our local masterminds. We have masterminds locally in 35 cities. We're growing really fast. That's only been the last 7 months. Just because that's really part of my mission. Even though I run global training, we're always looking for more speakers, right? Because again, we have 100 stages. You have to think, and now we have a whole online presence. So, and since we train them and we teach them, and we're always, how to create what they do better, you want to, again, has a joint venture partner like that. But realize as you're drawing your funnel, as you're bringing people in, that you need to now execute. So what happens all the time is people don't execute. Somebody type in the word execute. So what happens is you don't execute on what you're going to do. And so here, I'm going to put this up, right? Okay, so there we go. It says text success to 26786. And I know how many people will listen to the replay because we know it's the afternoon and we know the streaming. Right now, even though the kids are home, the parents said, I'll play with you in the afternoon. And so it was like our 12-hour. We knew exactly how many would watch, and we knew where we were going on the live stream, and we went over to that. We knew, right? So, and that we didn't, actually the marketing and advertising for that was a very short period of time. So what we do know is that you won't execute. So I'll say, all right, everybody on this call, go ahead and text success to 26786. Set up a call with me. And again, I'll get a text. I'll text you in the next, couple hours here, because I have to go back and run another big call for our speakers who speak around the world. And then I actually am going to be working with our golds. And those are our students who have local masterminds. And then, we're obviously going to have a virtual presence. And then I'll get back to you. I will tell you, with knowing how many people are on this call, how many won't do that, because we don't execute, because what we happen to say is it's not for me. Okay, so what does that mean until you know what that means? And so if you look at business again, right, you take our, this is by the way, this is 50 years of learning. But if you don't execute, so how do you get down here? You just do. So I'm the kind, if you say text somebody to something, I will. If you tell me to go run to the back of the room and buy a course, I will. My wife and I have bought probably every course. Continue to buy. I'm always in courses. If I'm not in courses, we're training. If we're not training, we're volunteering. If we're not volunteering, we're at church, right? It's okay to say that nowadays. Used to be not in the old days, but Yeah, we're at church and we pray, and our church is still open a couple hours a day. There's only usually only a couple of us in there, but whatever it is to just keep it in motion. We take care of our grandkids, love our grandkids dearly, and make time for them. When I plan that out on my schedule, nobody interferes with that schedule, and you should do the same thing. But it's about executing and moving forward. And what happens is we have a tendency of saying, "I know that." Right? So if my grandkids always said that, "I know that," right? They wouldn't learn. The beauty about kids is they just are like this: teach me, teach me, teach me. And as we're learning and being educated, we continue that part of ourselves that we learn. So say, "I will." There you go. Be ready to learn. And that learning is what keeps us open to that next possibility. All right. So again, I want everybody to take a moment and first of all, text success to 26786. I will get back to you. We'll set up an appointment the next week or two. Find out what you do, what your business is. Again, we have a very our large online presence. And I'm going to ask you something right off the bat. Did you do this? Did you execute this and just draw this out? And I don't care how ugly it looks. It could be the most beautiful drawing on the world. It's funny when you have an artist once did it on a platform for me. It was gorgeous. I just want to know what your mindset is, but I'll tell you the biggest question I'm going to ask you is what's your why? What's your why? Because you might say, well, I'd really like to partner with you guys, like to work with you. What courses do you have that maybe I could benefit from? How could I be of assistance to you? And I still want to know what that why is. What is it that drives you no matter what? And I talk a lot about, and how many times have I mentioned my grandkids on this call, right? Right. And I've mentioned my wife. And the funniest thing is that there's a tendency I don't mention the children, our children, and it just skips a generation. That's all. But really, what it is again, what's our why? And so we love our kids dearly because they provided us with these amazing grandchildren. So I talk about the grandchildren because that's really a legacy. And I talk about my wife because that's where we came from, right? That's where we started. I talked about the business, I talked about how we developed. And at the same time, it's partnering. So where's your team? Do you have a team? Again, remember, this is the critical slide. The team. Who's your team? So is it, now I'm throwing things around. I'll throw my marker. Watch this. So as you build that team, who is going to be on your team? Who is going to be on your team? And again, for some of you, it will be your partners, your spouse. It might be somebody you've never met. It might be that you put something out to the universe. And the reason that you go to a lot of courses too is because you meet future partners. You meet people that help you build and draw that funnel. And that's critical. And then where is it that you want to end up? That's the other piece. Where is it that you want to end up? So if you take a look at what is it that I need to critically do today, right? Because you've got education. You want to be that authority. You want to be that person. And if you're not the authority, partner up with somebody who is. And you posture off them. You don't posture from a position of, oh, I'm just better than all of you. You posture from a position of, how can I be of service? So everybody write that down. Again, we talked about that earlier. That volunteering, what can I do for you? How can I be of assistance? Why LinkedIn? Again, if you guys, and I know you're going through all this because I look every day at LinkedIn and I'm seeing within my LinkedIn people always, the minute you friend them, here's what I have to sell. Here's, it's there's a little that what I can do for you, but then they go into all the sales stuff. And it'd be really nice to just say, it's great that we connected on LinkedIn. How could I be of service? That will create a different relationship as you're building your business with people around you. And I know at times that you get moving fast and you miss things along the way and you knock people out of the way. Just take a breath and take a step back and see how that works with every relationship around you as you move forward. So again, you're going to execute, but before that, educate, become an authority or have somebody who's an authority around you. Be of service. How can I help all of you today? I will continue to ask that. Where on your funnel are you? Have you just started? Do you have your team? Do you have your partners? Do you have the flow of clients coming in? And what do they come down to? As they come to this piece right there, is it a one-to-one relationship? Is this a one-to-many as you mentor, right? And then this is the big piece, because this is the mastermind, the one day, whatever that is. It might be the program that you sell online. It might be a community you've created. And it might be really that part of you that says, how can I give back? How can I be of service? So every day as you get up, a couple things. Number one, what's the first thing you do in the morning? I know what a lot of us do, and I do the same thing. I try not to. We look at our phones. Say, I do. Um, and how much time do you spend on your phone? So it's different, because I know some people get up and they read. My wife does. She, it's the messages that came through on the very healthy spiritual side, really our soul. The next thing that we do actually is we spend time with our grandkids. It's part of the routine. It's part of what happens. And what a beautiful way to start the day. Some of you, if you don't have kids, maybe you got a dog or a cat, but how have you fed your soul? And then what is that next piece that you've done to maybe had some quiet time? And then before 10 o'clock, what are the 10 things you did? Bill Walsh talks about this all the time, 10 before 10. What are the 10 things you did to serve your business? Did you make phone calls? Did you just set the priorities for your day? Did you, make some contacts online? And then take care of yourself. Take a walk. Get out. Make some movement in there, and plan that into your day. It's one of the favorite things I do is take a walk with my wife. And we've done it more now, which is interesting, because we're in a position where, right, I'm not traveling, right? We're not traveling as much. And so now we're home to get those walks together and spend that time together. And if it's just you, take that time as you walk, say hi to people, keep the distance, right? But say hi to everybody as you go out there. And again, because it's about socialization and building relationships, jump on Zoom with your family, whatever that is for you. Then really take a look at what that why is and work on your business. Maybe you have team meetings for the rest of the day. Maybe you have online content. Part of what happens too, as we move them down that path on that funnel, is we get locked off because we go into this analysis of paralysis, right? There's so much online, there's so much to listen to, and we just listen, and we keep listening, and it's a big part of what we do, and we keep driving the message, and we go, how should I start? Where do I start? I don't even know how to draw this. Okay, this is the simplest representation of a business you could ever draw. But for some, it's not, because you're stuck. It's okay. So you start with the two sides. And then you could think of, all right, so how about this? What's your why? Why would you do your business? What would keep you moving no matter what? What is one thing that would keep you moving in your business no matter what? Is it a family member? Is it kids? Is it your wife? Is it your partner? Is it your spouse? Is it, is praying to God every day? Whatever that is for you, and really, what is that vision? So you lock in that vision, and that keeps you moving no matter what. Up, down, right, left. Life has those bumps. Life is not about rah rah every day. But what stops that part of yourself as you move? And then you have that vision locked in. Maybe you just work on that for the next week. When you set up an appointment with me, you can just tell me your vision. And I'm not here to correct your vision, by the way, because your vision is your vision. I might help you with a little wording. We might just do a little shift here and there. But we want that success for you. This was all created to create more entrepreneurs to have time freedom is fantastic. Financial freedom is fantastic. Because again, you can be more of service. You can volunteer more. You can do those things. You don't have that stress every month. But it's also, how do you make a difference in the world? It's really becoming part of the solution, not the problem. And I don't mean the problem from the standpoint, if it's financially hard for you right now, it is, and that's exactly where you're at. So what I don't want you to do is just to start watching videos all day and get locked off and not have that movement, or start studying. I'm going to study every guru on the planet for the next 10 years. Who's going to pay the bills, right? And again, what you can do is you break up your day. So you do your morning routine, then in the afternoon, and when people are around doing business, you do your business, and then in the evening, you can study the gurus. So you just break your day up that way, and that will make a big difference. Back to our flip chart. So again, what you want to do is bring everybody in. Got that? These are your leads. These are where they go. This is how they go down the funnel. This is how you make money. And who's the team around you? The other thing is have a virtual assistant if at all possible. It's a a lot of people, again, it really helps you keep a focus and a direction, and you're not doing everything, and they're doing some of it for you. That will be very helpful. Maybe you're not financially in the position to have a virtual assistant yet, but you will be soon. They're fairly inexpensive, and actually they're very well trained. And I know our company is actually launching a virtual assistant side, so we'll be happy to help you with that. Again, if anybody wants to type any questions, and I know sometimes it takes the feed a couple minutes to get through, and that's okay. The live stream will go back up for a replay too. But if you want to reach out and take a little bit of a deeper dive into what there is, if you want to be part of a movement with masterminds around the world and create a greater flow, have more local leaders coming into your business, offer yourself as a facilitator to help others, just go ahead and text 26786. Text success to 26786. That's success, SUCCESS, to 26786, and I will get back to you. We can talk about what we're doing. I also like to know about you, what you're doing. What have you created? How have you taken the knowledge that you're learning just in these last couple of days? Some of you, it's been a little bit longer. And how are you going to make a difference in the world out there? Are you taking your walks every day? Are you taking care of your family? Are you staying at home? If you're one of those, firefighters, essential workers, we pray for you. We thank you. What an amazing difference you're making. And thank you so much for everything that you create. And myself and Bill Walsh at POWERTEAM, we're here for you. We're here to answer any questions. We're here to help you make a difference, to help you with your vision if that's where you need it. Again, the Rainmaker, the Rainmaker 2.5-day business. It's all online now. We've got a whole line entity, and I'll give you that information. If you go ahead and text me, be happy to. And if you have any questions, be happy to answer those at any time. So for myself at POWERTEAM, we thank you so much for being on this stream. It's been amazing. I want you to go out and don't go out, actually. Just have an amazing day and then figure it out from there. Create one of these, because when you talk to me, I'm going to ask you for your funnel to see what it looks like. If you don't have a business already, which is the question we always get, act as if. What is a business that you would love to have, or a business you've seen out there and you'd love to model? And we could create these in 5 minutes for you. Also, create a list of who are the 10 people that you would like to join your team. It could be people you know in the business world, could be trainers, could be speakers, and you can even put some people out there that you don't know. And I'd be happy to help you with that too. We make a lot of connections for a lot of people. Some of them we might not be able to reach, but we can take a look at really what is that mindset about. Thank you. Great. Thank you very much. What is that mindset that you can create and make a difference with? And keep doing it. Just keep going out there and keep making a difference. Let's put a lot of healing into the world. Let's put a lot of love into the world. I really thank you all for being on this call. I just slowed down because there's been some comments, but thank you all. You guys are great. And again, here we go. Ready? During your day, be everything that you can every minute. Bring that vision forward. Don't stop. We're here as a family for you. Text success to 26786. If you have any questions, we do have the big summit coming up on Thursday. It's a great place to be. And I'll just post that. Yeah, okay, I'll post that right now. I'm getting really good at this, everyone. We've done a lot of these recently. There we go. So that's how you get to that summit. The summit will be 6 hours. It's a great training piece. There'll be keynotes, there'll be interaction and way to connect with everybody. All right, there we go. Fantastic. Okay, good. All right, so myself, Michael Silvers at POWERTEAM International, from Bill Walsh, our CEO, and our whole family here. You make it an amazing day. Have a great morning or afternoon or evening. Anything come up, just go ahead and text. I said that too many times. It's like toy boats. Say that fast. I did that with my grandkids the other day. Text success to 26786. We will help you in any way we can. Thank you so much. And the replay will be going live in a little bit. And if you have any questions, you can also hit us up anytime at powerteam.com. It's ipowerteam.com. And there's a place to leave comments and send us emails. All right. Thank you all. Oh, one more comment. I saw that pop up. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you all. Have a great morning or afternoon or evening. Goodbye, everyone.